Robert Rodriguez, the innovative, multi-talented filmmaker. His humble beginnings. Robert Rodriguez is a Mexican-American filmmaker who was born and raised by his parents in San Antonio, Texas. His mother, Rebecca Rodriguez, worked as a nurse while his father was a salesman. He also has 9 other siblings who participated in his earliest short films. When he was a small boy, he had always had an interest in filmmaking. When he saw John Carpenter's 1981 film Escape from New York, he immediately knew he wanted to direct films for a living. Robert was always the type of child who would constantly draw to exercise his creativity. He would even utilize his family's old Super 8 film camera and make his first films. He would experiment with genres such as action, sci-fi, and even stop-motion animation.
There's like Spielberg and Coppola use film. Which movie would you rather make? The Godfather or Spy Kids?
His short film Bedhead and his $7,000 debut, El Mariachi. In 1991, he made the comedy fantasy short film Bedhead. It is the tale about a sister who abuses her newly discovered telekinesis powers after her brother had hurt her. The budget was $800. It involved his siblings as the actors and actresses. The film was a success and was watched by the filmmaker Alfonso Arau, who directed Like Water for Chocolate. He was impressed with Robert's short film, which encouraged the young filmmaker to direct his low-budget debut film, El Mariachi. Robert Rodriguez filmed the movie with a budget of $7,000, which he raised by selling his body to science and becoming a human guinea pig for experiments. The film tells the tale about a mariachi in Mexico who gets mistaken for a hitman with a guitar case full of guns.
You've heard stories of that man that carries the guitar case full of weapons.
The film became a hit at the Sundance Film Festival. The film opened a lot of doors for Robert, and he took the opportunity to direct his made-for-TV film, Road Racers, which gave him the opportunity to collaborate with Salma Hayek for the first time. In 1995, he contributed to a segment of the 4-story film 4 Rooms. During the same year, he did the sequel/remake of El Mariachi called Desperado. The body count in the movie is a lot higher, as well as the budget, which was $7 million. Antonio Banderas starred as El Mariachi while Salma played the love interest who was the damsel in distress. The film also featured Quentin Tarantino's cameo. A year later, he released From Dusk Till Dawn and collaborated with Quentin Tarantino. It features George Clooney and Tarantino playing 2 criminals who cross the border from the United States to Mexico with 2 siblings and their father in a trailer.
Is this my fault?
No, it's your fault.
Is this my fault? Do you think that this is what I am?
As they visit a bar in Mexico, they unexpectedly encounter vampires. Tarantino wrote the film but relied on Rodriguez to be behind the camera. The film was well received by film critics and audiences. It spawned other straight-to-video sequels. In 1998, he directed The Faculty, which was written by Kevin Williamson, who wrote the Wes Craven film Scream. The Faculty was also the first movie that Rodriguez worked on that wasn't written by him. The film takes place in a high school setting and featured an all-star cast. It tells the tale of high school students that plan to eliminate extraterrestrials that are using human bodies as disguises. It was appreciated by horror buffs who compared the film towards John Carpenter's The Thing and Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
But if you kindly take your seats, this will be over quite quickly. Now sit down!
His 2000 films. In 2001, he released his first children's movie, Spy Kids. It featured a brother and sister who plan on rescuing their parents after they were both kidnapped. The film was a critical success. In 2002, he then made Spy Kids 2, Island of Lost Dreams, and Spy Kids 3D, Game Over, in 2003. During the same year, he released his 3rd entry in the mariachi series, Once Upon a Time in Mexico. 2 years later, he directed his masterpiece, Sin City. It gave Rodriguez another opportunity to collaborate with Quentin Tarantino yet again, as well as working with Frank Miller for the first time.
So you hit the saloons, the bad places, looking for the biggest, meanest lug around, finding me.
During the same year, he released The Adventures of Shark Boy and Lava Girl. It was also Robert Rodriguez's first time making a film with his collaboration with one of his children, Racer Rodriguez, co-creator of Shark Boy and Lava Girl's story. In 2007, he collaborated with Quentin Tarantino once again and directed one of the films of the double feature, Grindhouse. He was behind the camera with Planet Terror while Tarantino directed Death Proof. Planet Terror featured an all-star cast that plays as characters that experience a zombie invasion. In 2009, he returned to making children movies by doing the family action movie Shorts, which involves children making wishes due to a magical rock. In 2010, he made Machete, which was inspired by the fake trailer that Rodriguez directed for the Grindhouse movie.
You want me to help you kill all these men?
Yes, bro.
I'll see what I can do.
2010 films and beyond. In 2011, he visited the world of Spy Kids once again by making Spy Kids All the Time in the World. The film granted another opportunity for Rodriguez to collaborate with most of the returning cast members, but it also had new-coming stars who played as the heroes in the film. He also made a sequel to the Machete series, Machete Kills. The cast was twice as big and included Lady Gaga, Amber Heard, Charlie Sheen, Steven Seagal, Mel Gibson, and Walter Goggins. In 2014, he revisited the world of Sin City by making Sin City: A Dame to Kill For. The movie also had a bigger cast, included Lady Gaga's cameo once again. In 2019, he made Alita: Battle Angel. The script was written by James Cameron. During that same year, he released Red 11. It was his second attempt at making a $7,000 feature. In 2020, he directed his first Netflix movie, We Can Be Heroes, a sequel to the Shark Boy and Lava Girl movies that was released in 2005.
You don't see it that way. You look at it the other way. Like, I'm gonna go make this. Maybe I can sell it and double my money. Maybe if I can't, at least I know I tried.
Conclusion. Robert Rodriguez will still continue to make innovative films relating to the action genre regardless of how high or low his budgets have been. He collaborated with the most important filmmakers and found success by creating his channel El Rey Network as well. He has opened doors to many other aspiring filmmakers by making his 10-minute film school videos, which can be seen in some of his features. He continues to make his films by editing, producing, writing, and directing them. He will always have a special collaboration with directors like Quentin Tarantino. It was a pleasant surprise when he made his partnership with James Cameron. Robert Rodriguez will always surprise his fans and audiences.